Welcome back to the Vanguard Invitational at Cousins Pool and Snooker Bar in Canterbury, sponsored by Rubbish Snooker. We are here for Game Day 3, or Group Stage Match 3, between the Wet Bandits and Aalice. So as you can see from the group stage so far, at the top of the table we have Maximum Impact, and at the bottom we have Lineaid. From our previous match, we've just seen Daddy's Clackers take the 3-1 win against the Red Hot Chili Potters there. So now we're into the final game of the first stage of the group stages. I'm here with Simran. Simran, take it away.
Hi, yes, it's very exciting. It will be the end of the first stage where all teams will have played. We will have seen all of their debuts. I'm excited to see what the Wet Bandits and Aalice can bring. The Wet Bandits, maybe perhaps in the wrong tournament, they have a swimming logo on their symbol there. And in that team we have Hoyin and Byron. Hoy claiming to be not Brazilian and magnificently moist. I wonder how that will contribute. Do you think it's an advantage to be moist in line ball, Matt?
Well, I think maybe the grip might be a bit moist. It is quite a disturbing comment, being called magnificently moist. I don't want to think of anyone as magnificent and moist in the same sentence, to be quite honest with you, Simran.
Sounds like an oxymoron to me. And
so now we go on to Shana and Aditya. They are making their debut in this game, and especially Aditya says, is a recovering sleep addict. So hopefully the insomnia lack of is actually quite opposite of insomnia. Plenty of sleep they get. So it'll be interesting to see how well Aalice play today in their debut.
I think this is our first couple team of the game. Aditya and Shana being a couple, or maybe Hoy and Byron. Who knows? So let's see if that contributes to their success.
Let's hope so. So interestingly, the black ball has got more central at the start of this game to break off the third match day of the group stage. Here we go.
I think it's the closest in the middle we've seen so far.
It is the closest we've seen Aalice to break their ball just about inside the scoring zone. Let's see what the Wet Bandits are made of.
Ooh, and Hoy pushing out the ball of Aalice from the scoring zone, leaving both teams with 0 points. Now on the ball, Shana.
Both teams watching very closely the shots which are being made, trying to suss each other out, see what they're all about. Interestingly, no balls are in the zone as of yet. It's 2-2. Again, we are seeing nerves at the start of the tournament here. You know, we saw the Wet Bandits knock out one of the yellow balls, and now we saw Aalice also knock out one of the red balls of the Wet Bandits. So we're currently at a 0-0 score. Excellent shot there. A ball's planted right behind the black ball there. Pretty safe, unless the Wet Bandits want to take a risk.
Yeah, I would say that was a brilliant shot by Aditya, finally pushing balls into the scoring zone. I agree. We were seeing some nerves at the beginning. I think all teams kind of need at least one game to get themselves in the groove of it. It seems
exactly.
that Aditya and Shana are kind of taking the tactic to knock in their balls that are not in the scoring zone to kind of reduce the impact of their shots.
Exactly. I think Lineaid didn't really get the opportunity to warm into the game. They were very rush in their shots, and they were very quickly dispatched by Maximum Impact. But here we're seeing both teams taking their time. Maybe they saw the first game of the tournament and realised that they do actually have a little bit more time than they think with their shots as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. We are now seeing the score being 2-2. A lot of balls on the edge of the zone, especially for Aalice. The Wet Bandits here, you know, they do have a couple of balls which are lingering as well, but it is risky, especially one of them being just outside the zone by the black ball. However, Alice has hit the black ball, and that is point to Wet Bandits.
Hey, I'm Kieran, the creator of Rubbish Snooker, which makes art out of litter on an outdoor pool table. And I'm really proud to sponsor the Vanguard Invitational Line Ball Tournament, and check out rubbishsnooker.com.
Yes, that could have been an exceptional shot actually, but he not only did they hit all of the red balls into the scoring area, but they also knocked the black ball.
It was an exceptional shot until it wasn't. Time for game 2.
Here we have Yin making the first shot, and it has not made a point for them. Now we have Shana.
If Hoy is as good as he is at commentating as he is at line ball, he should win the tournament. Unfortunately, he's not, and that is a ball out the zone.
Are you a big Hoy fan then?
You know, any of my co-commentators I've worked with, you know, I've got to show my love and support for. So even if you were to play Simran, I would unfortunately have to give my support to you as well.
Unfortunately, so
you know, we're all a team here as commentators, so we do not like to rip each other apart. Unless it's Alex, of course, then I'm more than happy to penalise any mistake he makes.
Both teams seem to have kind of gotten into their groove, seem to know the strength to which to hit the balls. Hoy hitting quite a solid shot near the pocket. That is obviously a great tactic to make sure that your balls are not knocked out of the scoring zone again. If you would like to hear more about the kind of tactics that you can use as part of line ball, please do visit our How to Play Line Ball pool video by Max.
Yeah, or go and watch the Pioneer Championships as well, where Max tended to display a lot of line ball experience, and the games were obviously a lot longer, first to 10, so you get a lot of insight on how to play. And that was Aalice potting a red ball, making it 2-2 in the tournament itself. Once again, saying thank you to Rubbish Snooker for sponsoring the tournament at Cousin Paul and Snooker Bar. The Vanguard Invitational, it is now 2-0 to the Wet Bandits.
Aalice falling into that trap of that ball by the pocket. And it seems that it's these kind of risky moves that are really disadvantaging Aalice at this time.
Yeah, they definitely took the bait there from Hoy's shot right into the pocket there, thinking they might be able to try and knock it out, but instead they knock it in.
He is a charmer. It's not their fault.
Yeah, he is a flirt. Don't get me wrong. We've all fallen for it.
Wet Bandits trying to knock out the Aalice ball, but unfortunately keeping it in there and knocking their own ball out of the scoring zone, keeping the points at 1-0.
Yeah, what do you think the Wet Bandits should do here in this round? You know, they have a 2-point lead. What sort of tactics should they go for? Should they be aggressive, or should they just try and play safe to get the point nice and simply at this point?
I would say they have quite an opportunity to play some risky shots, only because a lot of the balls are placed in the middle as opposed to the edges or near the black ball, so it is less difficult to kind of get your ball in.
Yeah, as we've just seen that Aalice has just knocked one of their own balls out the zone. Again, I think the nerves are starting to show, especially in this game at this point now. At this point, it does seem like a matter of time until the end of the game. But maybe we could be surprised. You know, anything could happen in line ball. A lot of mystery, a lot of tension. You know, the black ball could get here any time. So
both teams seem to be playing less risky shots in this game, in this round. So maybe we will see this to be a longer kind of game. It seems to be building up to that.
Yeah, I think Aalice really needs to get composed. Both players, they need to certainly show what they're capable of. So they do need to start showing that they are a force to be reckoned with.
The Wet Bandits playing a brilliant shot there, knocking out one of the Aalice balls. Aalice back in it again by knocking the ball back in, but unfortunately having another ball outside of the scoring zone, but still in the playing area.
Yeah, see, a very aggressive shot there. A bit senseless, I would say, with that shot. Slightly too aggressive. They should just be playing it towards that pocket, making it impossible to hit out. It is a straight line for them into that gap, whereas Aalice would have to play across the table. So they should really be taking advantage of this at this point, especially on match point.
I'm not quite sure where he was aiming, to be honest. I would have been aiming for that left corner behind all of the yellow balls.
Well, it looked like he was aiming for the other team with that shot, how hard he was hitting it. So, again, a really aggressive shot here. Aalice not taking their time here. One ball left. They're only 4-3 up. Anything could happen at this point. The Wet Bandits just need to get their balls in, and then they can take it to a tiebreak unless they knock out another ball.
It seems Byron might have spotted exactly what I was pointing out earlier. Hoy taking a shot, perhaps back into the same kind of region where he was aiming before. And he's gone through the 2 yellow balls, but unfortunately has not made it through to the scoring zone.
Aalice here taking a risk with their shots here. It does beg the question, what is Aalice at this point? We've got
Who is
Aditya,
Aalice? Where is Aalice?
their name at the start, the double A carrying across from Aditya's name. But what is Aalice? Where has it come from? So, as we've seen here, Aalice has picked up a point. It is 2-1 now. The tensions are beginning to rise. Are we about to see the comeback of the line ball century here from Team Aalice?
Yes, as we know, a line ball century is actually 2 days as opposed to the classic 100 years. So perhaps it is possible that today we will see our very first occurrence of that.
Yeah, we haven't quite seen a comeback yet in the line ball games. Once a team takes the lead, we haven't seen a team come back from a deficit of at least 2.
If anyone can do it, Aalice can.
Yeah, we're rooting for Aalice, but deep down, we all want Hoy to win because he is a charmer.
Oh, look at Hoy giving Aalice some nice tips right there to the other team. He's just a man of the people.
He is a fan favourite, Hoy. Everyone likes to cheer him on. Autographs in the street. A lot of things go down with fans, photos, etc., videos, video calls with fans as well.
I think I will struggle the most when John plays against Hoy.
What's that so? It'd be a tough day in the office.
Indeed. Aditya taking his first shot for this round, finally getting a ball into the playing area, unlike the Wet Bandits, who still have no balls in the scoring zone. Hopefully Byron can change that with his next shot.
Yeah, we really haven't seen enough perfect shots in the tournament so far. No one really playing towards the corners, a lot in open space. Obviously, the game's only being first to 3, but you would think the players might want to be a little bit more tactical with their shots. And that is a ball out of play for Aalice.
Yeah, I think that really shows the difference between the more experienced line ball players and the more amateur line ball players who tend to just be aiming to get their ball into the point zone as opposed to strategically getting it placed somewhere in the scoring zone.
If you're Aalice right now, what do you do?
I think it's a perfect opportunity to knock out one of those red balls and get one of their balls in. Of course, it really depends on whether they think that they're able to.
Yeah, is the risk
There is
worth it
that.
at this point? Because they could just hit that ball down the line every single time, cover that far pocket on the right-hand side, away from the black ball, away from any risk. Or do they try and knock a red ball out, which ultimately might lead to the end of the game at this point?
I think that was a great shot by Aditya. He's got his 2 balls into the scoring zone. And although he has not knocked out another red ball, it is a step in the right direction. the Wet
Yeah,
Bandits do not
clearly.
do anything to
Yeah,
help themselves.
yeah, they're certainly showing that they are capable here of making this game stretch out over 5 rounds, if need be, a 5 round game if necessary. They are playing quite conserved at this point as well, so it is interesting to see what they are made of, especially when the pressure starts to come on from the Wet Bandits.
Mm. We are in another match point status, so the pressure is intense here in the pool and snooker bar in Canterbury.
Once again, a big shout out to our sponsor, Rubbish Snooker. You know, it's very important that we do have sponsors who are so keen and excited about the line ball scene as well as it starts to grow at the Vanguard Invitational as well. And also a massive thank you to Cousin Paul and Snooker Bar once again for hosting the tournament at this point too. So back to the game. 4-3 the Wet Bandits, 1 ball left. Aalice and 2 balls left. They need to make sure that they get their balls in. It is pivotal at this point to not throw away any silly points.
This is the point where they should start knocking out other balls from the Wet Bandits, in my opinion. Unfortunately, that was not an aggressive enough shot to knock another ball out of play. And Wet Bandits easily knocking one of their balls into the scoring zone. This is a final opportunity for Aalice to get another ball in and stay in the game.
Yeah, Aalice could take a massive risk here, maybe try and aim to get a red one out. I think they will just play this safe. I think it's a smart move to take it to a tiebreak to give themselves a chance. You don't really want to take risks at this point. This is match point if they get it wrong. So
yeah, I personally agree that they should just play it safe for this round, but I have a feeling they're going to try and knock out one of the red balls just from their playing style that we've seen so far.
yep, Aalice cementing their ball in the zone, sitting in quite a strong position behind the red ball there. So we are now down to the tiebreak. If you are unfamiliar with the rules, please go and check out how to play line ball. The video is on the channel. It explains the rules in good detail with the commentary of Max Barrett, a player in our tournament.
As a small summary, players need to hit the white ball to knock out the opposing team's ball, but not into one of the pockets. If they hit a ball into the pockets or they hit the black ball, they lose the round. So let's see Hoy taking the first shot.
Exactly. The excitement here is to die for. And if you are enjoying line ball, please feel free to watch more videos on the channel, or the line ball channel. Feel free to like, subscribe. Let us know what you think of the players in the comments. Don't be too harsh on them, although we are very much harsh on them. But you know, you don't be afraid to give them some slack as well, and some criticism too.
Yes, tell us in the comments what you think Aalice is, who you think Aalice is, where you think Aalice is.
Why you think Aalice is.
Exactly. Shauna giving Aditya some advice on where to hit the ball, how to hit the ball.
If she wants to hit the ball. If they want to hit the ball, I should say.
In the last round, Hoy did hit both 2 other balls, but they both stayed in the point scoring zone, so no balls were knocked out. Unfortunately, it was quite a risky move by him.
I'm interested to see what the shot is here, because it's at a very strange angle.
Oh, and he's got the white ball in.
And that is viciously hitting. The Wet Bandits taking the victory in the game of a score of 3-1. As we'll see here, the replay, the white ball lashes through all the balls. It was a strange angle to try and hit the ball out there from Aalice, giving the Wet Bandits, as you can see there from their logo, swimming through to another victory here.
Hey, my name's Kieran Paul and I'm the creator of Rubbish Snooker, which is the proud sponsor of the Vanguard Invitational Line Ball Tournament, of which the winners win a piece of Rubbish Snooker art.
as well. Aalice crumbling under the pressure of the Wet Bandits, and our hero Hoy from getting the win as well.
Yeah, I would say that was quite a good game. That could have been quite an intense game. Unfortunately, Aalice making a few too many mistakes. I think we really see I think we really see people's expertise in line ball come out in those tie-break situations. So as you can see here, after the first round of all of the games played, we have Maximum Impact, obviously, taking first place so far with a 3-point differential. Next, we have Daddy's Clackers and the Wet Bandits coming in second and third. And then we have the losing teams below. Our next games that we will have coming up will be, first we'll have the Daddy's Clackers versus Line Aid. Do you have any favourites for the upcoming match, Matt?
We really did see the expertise of Daddy's Clackers slowly start to build in their game against the Red Hot Chili Potters last time out. Line Aid were very quickly dispatched by Maximum Impact, so maybe we might see a little bit more of them. Who knows at this point? They are desperate for a win, but obviously a -3 points difference as well. Getting absolutely destroyed is the only way to describe it by Maximum Impact. So it's exciting to see, will they crawl out their shell? Will they develop as a team? Will they actually make it past the group stages? All to find out in the next game. Once again, thank you very much for watching the Vanguard Invitational, sponsored by Rubbish Snooker at Cousins Paul Snooker Bar in Canterbury. Please do not be afraid to subscribe, like, comment on the videos. New videos will be out every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. British time. I won't say if it's British summertime or in the winter, because you never know when you'll be watching this. So please make sure to watch every Tuesday and Thursday at the Line Ball Championship, the Vanguard Invitational. I've been Matt.
I've been Simran.
And thank you very much for watching. See you again in the next game. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hi everybody, my name is Max Barrett and I'm the creator of Lion Ball Pool. I just wanted to hop in at the end of the video to say thank you so much for tuning in to the episodes of the tournament. We really appreciate you watching and supporting, so make sure if you enjoy these episodes, subscribe to the channel. At the moment we are uploading every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. UK time, so your subscription, it goes a long way. And the other thing I'd like to ask you to do is play line ball. Go and play it in your local pool bar, snooker lounge, wherever you have access to, because we've had a lot of the players who are playing in this tournament be approached by other people in the pool bar, asking them what they're playing, having some rounds of line ball, teaching each other the rules and trying out new tactics. So by playing line ball and just going out there and enjoying it, you are helping to spread the brilliant work we're doing here on the channel and introducing a brand new game and bringing people together. So that means everything. And the other thing I'd love to do, and this is a bit of a reach, I would love to play line ball pool against Keanu Reeves. Now, can we make it happen? He is one of my favourite actors of all time. He is an inspiration, and if I could play against him in a game of line ball, then I've won. So let's see if we can do it. Subscribe, comment, like, and let's see. I'll see you in the next video.